Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we help you see through the corporate jargon and find the real story behind the numbers. Get ready, because today we are diving into a bit of financial news from a company that is all about keeping us looking good and feeling great. So what we have here is a current report from the Buckle Incorporated filed on November 21st, 2025. This is essentially a snapshot of what happened with the company recently. The main event here, folks, is that on November 21st, 2025, the Buckle Incorporated announced their financial results for the fiscal quarter that ended November 1st, 2025. Now, what is really juicy about these reports is the actual numbers behind their performance. This particular filing includes a press release, which is where we get the nitty-gritty details instead of just giving you a dry rundown. Let's talk about what this means for the business and for any of us keeping an eye on their stock or just curious about how retail is doing. The Buckle Incorporated is traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol BK. This tells us it is a publicly traded company, meaning they have a responsibility to share this kind of information with investors. Now, usually these filings are packed with tables. We're going to skip over the boring legal stuff and get straight to the financial heartbeat of the company. Looking at this report from November 2025 for the quarter ending November 1st, 2025. The Buckle reported on their financial results. It is important to remember that these results are for a specific period, and we need to compare them to understand the trend. Is the company growing, shrinking, or staying steady? The report is signed by Thomas B. Heacock, the Senior Vice President of Finance, Treasurer, and Chief Financial Officer. This means the financial information has been officially reviewed and approved by key people within the company. Let's talk about what these results might show for the Buckle Incorporated. If their sales are up, this means more people are buying their clothes. And accessories, if their profits are up, it means they are managing their costs well and keeping more of the money they make. For example, if we saw a 20% increase in sales, it would mean that for every 5 items they sold in the previous period, they are now selling 6. This is a simple way to think about growth. Imagine a small store suddenly getting a lot more customers walking through the door. Conversely, if sales were down by 10%, that would mean for every 10 CUs they are now only getting 9. It could signal that fewer people are shopping there, or that the average customer is spending less money. We also look at things like expenses. Are they spending more on their stores, on marketing, on inventory? If expenses are going up faster than sales, that is a potential red flag for profitability. The Buckle operates in the fashion red. Ale. Space. This is a very competitive industry, constantly influenced by trends, consumer spending habits, and even the weather. For instance, a mild winter might mean fewer people buying heavy coats, impacting sales. Their strategy likely involves offering trendy apparel and maintaining a certain brand image to attract their target customers. This recent announcement tells us how well that strategy is working in the latest quarter. When we look at the provided filing, we see references to item 2.02 results of operations and financial condition, and item 9.01 exhibits. This is where the detailed financial performance and supporting documents like press releases are presented. The key takeaway from this filing is the announcement of their financial results for the fiscal quarter ended the 1st of November 2025. The press release becomes the primary source of these crucial numbers. Now let's put on our investor hats. The most important part for anyone watching this is understanding the actual financial numbers. For instance, if the report details revenue growth, it signifies increasing sales. If it highlights improved net income, it means the company is becoming more profitable. A 50% increase in profit could mean that for every dollar they earned last year, they are now earning $1.50. This is a significant boost that could indicate smart cost cutting measures or a very successful sales period. On the flip side, if we see a decline in revenue, it suggests customers are buying less, perhaps due to economic conditions, changing fashion tastes, or increased competition. Then we'd look at their profit margin to see if they are still managing to make money even with fewer sales. The information is deemed officially filed for certain purposes, like Section 18 of the Exchange Act. This is a technical detail pointing out that while the information is public, it is presented in a way that doesn't carry the same legal weight as a full financial statement filing. For specific regulations, it does not mean the information is not important, though it is still how the company communicates key updates. Now let's consider the broader picture. The Buckle Incorporated is part of the apparel and accessories sector. Also, how does this report reflect on their standing? There are always risks in retail. One significant risk could be inventory management. If they order too much of a certain style and it doesn't sell, they have to discount it, heavily losing potential profit. Another opportunity could be expanding into new markets or online platforms. If they are effectively reaching new customers or improving their commerce experience, it could drive future growth. Looking at the information provided, it tells us about the company's performance for a specific 3-month period. We would ideally want to see a trend over several quarters to confirm consistent improvement or a pattern of decline for the buckle. Incorporated a strong Q4 leading into the holiday season would be crucial for their annual performance. If this November report shows positive momentum, it bodes well for their year-end results. In my assessment, the Buckle Incorporated's latest filing indicates they are actively communicating their financial performance, which is a sign of good corporate governance. The critical element remains the actual numbers within their press release. While the report itself is a formality, the underlying financial health it reveals is what truly matters. A strong revenue and profit increase would speak volumes about their ability to adapt to market demands and manage operations effectively. Conversely, any signs of financial strain would prompt a deeper look into their operational strategies and market position. We need to see how these numbers compare to industry benchmarks and their own historical performance to truly gauge their direction. Overall, the Buckle seems to be navigating the retail landscape by providing timely updates. The ultimate test is always in the numbers they report and how those numbers translate into sustained business health and shareholder value. What do you think about the Buckle's latest financial update? Is it a sign of continued success or something to be cautious about? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, give this video a thumbs up, and if you want more insights like this into corporate filings, make sure you subscribe. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord. If you want to chat more about these topics, link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of Corporate Decoder.